June the 28th, spiders and caterpillars. It has been estimated that in undisturbed grassland, there could be as many as 2 million spiders per acre. Most of the spiders we see are very small and quite incapable of biting us, but for other small invertebrates, there must be 2 million fangs out there, patiently waiting to inject their poison. More families of spiders that may be seen this month include spitting, cellar, buzzing, jumping, comb-footed, nursery web, and the funnel web spiders. Good places to look for the 260 different species in London are Hampstead Heath, Oxley's Wood, Brompton Cemetery, and Putney Heath. Spitting spiders, Scytodidae, have just one representative in London, Scytodes thoracica, which can be found in our homes. In the wild, it used to be found under stones and in deep vegetation. It is famous for spitting thread laced with gum and poison to cover its victims till they are rooted on the spot. Having just small fangs, it then waits to bite a vulnerable spot, such as a wing or a leg. Although nocturnal, if seen, it is easy to recognize, as unusually its carapace, that is its head and thorax joined, and abdomen are more or less similar in size, and it is yellow, brown, and black. Another family of spiders found in our houses are the cellar spiders, Follicida. One typical species of this group found in London is Fulcus phalangioides, which looks for all the world like a daddy longlegs, except for the fact it is usually found sitting in the center of an open tangle of threads, like other cellar spiders. If some small unwanted creature accidentally stumbles into the web, it is capable of gyrating so fast it becomes blurred. This violent reaction is meant to either frighten away the intruder or dislodge it. Another family of spiders that can vibrate are the buzzing spiders, Anaphenidae, the males of which sit on leaves vibrating to attract females. Anaphena accentuata is one of the species that could well be in every wood in London. It is pale yellow to pinkish brown with 2 variable black marks on its abdomen. Jumping spiders, Salticitidae, are among the most rewarding to watch. They are sometimes noticed on walls and are not above jumping onto an inquisitive finger. They tend to have 4 of their eyes that are considerably larger than the rest and look a little like headlights. Not just this, but they have the habit of standing and staring at us, their eyes just not moving from one side to another. Their eyes not just moving from one side to another, but sometimes even changing colour. Once seen, it is worth waiting for the jump, which can be up to 20 times the spider's length. However, in the zebra spider, Salticus senicus, a species often found in houses with zebra-like markings, the jump will be little more than a centimetre. Comb-footed spiders, Therididae, get their name from the comb-like bristles at the end of their hind legs, which they use to throw silk on their prey. These combs we cannot see, but we can see their tangled webs of random construction, which is a typical feature of the family, and is why they are also called the tangleweb spiders. The webs have a small cup-shaped retreat. They often have a small cup-shaped retreat at their edge where the spider sits and waits. They tend to be small, glossy, often attractively coloured spiders with round bodies and short legs. Theridion sisypheum, the mother care spider, is one well-known species with white lines across its abdomen, which is found in bushes and low vegetation. Like other comb-footed spiders, it wraps its prey and leaves it fixed to the web, but is better known for feeding its young with spider milk. Nursery web spiders, Pisoridae, are also known for looking after their young, in this case constructing a nursery tent for their spiderlings, then sitting beside it to protect them. Pisora mirabilis is one species that may be seen in woods and on heaths. It is a large spider, 10 to 15 millimeters in size, with conspicuous tear marks beside its eyes and a yellow line down its back. The male is famous for presenting its mate with a silk-wrapped corpse, then waiting for her to start to eat it before copulating with her. The webs of funnel web spiders can look a little like sheets of silk. with a central funnel at the end of which is often a dangerous-looking spider. These sheet webs are seen on bushes and low vegetations and are held in place by a patchwork of other threads. One largest species, the labyrinth spider, Agelena labyrinthica, 12 millimeters, has been found on Hampstead Heath. If an insect walks across its web or a grasshopper lands on it, Agelena will dash out of its funnel and bite its prey. Unlike many other spiders, it will often remain with its fangs in the prey and then continue to suck its body fluids till all that is left is a husk. The corpse is then often just left discarded at the edge of the web. Another unusual feature of this spider is that the female allows the male to cohabit with her. However, some time after the copulation, she will leave him and her labyrinth to build a silken cocoon to house 100 or more eggs. She then protects them till they hatch and then she dies. Caterpillars. Caterpillars tend to be noticed as much as so many are nocturnal. Well camouflaged, eat leaves from underneath, feed inside logs, or even in the soil. Some, such as the nutmeg moth, even hide at the base of their food plants, for example knotgrass, only ascending it at night to eat the leaves. Popular food plants used by a number of different caterpillars include oak, birch, hawthorn, bramble, and nettles. Certain caterpillars do get noticed a lot, and in the case of the geometer moths, it is because of the way they move. They are called loopers, inchworms, or earth measurers because of the way they move along a branch as if they were measuring it. Some are also perfect twig mimics, relaxing outstretched in such a way they look like a small branch. Tussock moth caterpillars have distinctive toothbrush-style tufts of hair along their backs, and other caterpillars have bright colours, spines, or horns, all of which can help to identify them. Others stand out because they are either very large, live in silken tents, or perhaps just hang free from trees on silk threads. The eggs of some of our butterflies, for example brimstone, orange-tip, green hairstreak, peacock and painted lady, are all now hatching. Several of the blues, the comma and the purple hairstreak, may well have hatched a little earlier. The caterpillars of some skippers, the ringlet and marbled white, can all be found in several different months of the year, and butterflies that have more than one brood, for example whites, Adonis blue, holly blue, specklewood and red admiral, are all seen in more than one season. Compared with the moth caterpillar, our butterfly caterpillars are not usually particularly colourful, but some, such as the blues, do have very beautiful, highly sculpted eggs. Many of our butterfly caterpillars are small, green, with thin lines of colour, usually either yellow, reddish or purple. A row of tufts along the back could indicate a red admiral, small tortoiseshell, peacock or comma. Any found on buckthorn are likely to be brimstone butterflies, as they have such a restricted diet. It is easy enough to find caterpillars of white butterflies on cabbages in gardens. Wimbledon Common is a good place to see geometers on the oak trees, either looping when disturbed or just hanging on silk threads. Sometimes notices are put up where there are silken tents filled with such gregarious caterpillars as the brown-tail. These are to warn people that if these caterpillars are touched, they could inflict serious skin rashes. More recently in London, there have been notices about the oak processionary moth, which has long poisonous white hairs, but is better known for its habit of abandoning old nests and all the caterpillars moving in a procession, nose to tail, to find a better place to feed and build a new silk tent.